It's the afternoon weather briefing. This is for Tuesday, the 1st of April. No fooling here. We've got summer-like weather coming up. We're going to be flirting with record highs later this week. Next week, we turn much colder, maybe some frost by the middle of the week and some storms in between. Looks like the main chance of storms in Alabama will come Saturday night into Sunday, and some pretty significant severe weather likely north and west of Alabama tomorrow. So a lot to talk about today, which is typically the case for the first week of April. Here we go. Upper air look, we have a zonal flow and a dry air mass. Beautiful day today. Visible satellite view, mostly sunny, a few thin cirrus clouds around. There's the radar composite around the nation. Things are quiet. We'll be watching the dry line through Oklahoma and Kansas to see if severe storms can form later this evening and tonight, which is a distinct possibility, but not here. Alabama in good shape tonight. Temperatures are about where they should be for the first day of April. We've got 60s north of Birmingham, 66 degrees for Cullman, Huntsville 65, 70s for much of the state, Birmingham 72, Montgomery 76, and Mobile, the warm spot, they've managed 80 today. So on the watch warning map, we have flash flood watches for western Tennessee and north Mississippi. And it does not include any part of Alabama. It's going to be a close call for the storms tomorrow night, but we're thinking they'll mainly stay north and west of the state. Those flash flood watches extend from Arkansas into Ohio, and they're going to just see days and days of heavy rain. It's going to be a very significant flood threat there. That'll be right up the Ohio River. Through tonight, we got an enhanced risk of severe storms along Interstate 35 through Oklahoma and Kansas up toward Kansas City. Along Interstate 40 there, the broader risk runs from the Rio Grande in West Texas up into parts of the Corn Belt. And again, severe storms could form along that dry line there this evening and tonight. And tomorrow, we now have a moderate risk, which is level 4 out of 5 for parts of the Mid-South, not Alabama, but areas north and west of here. This would include places like Memphis, Jackson, Tennessee, Paducah, Kentucky, Evansville, Indiana. And again, that's a level 4 out of 5. Then have a level 3 out of 5 all the way from Dallas-Fort Worth to Chicago, Indianapolis, and Detroit. And technically, the risk kind of clips the northwestern corner of Alabama, but it sure looks like storms will likely stay just out of Alabama tomorrow evening. Then on day 3, which is Thursday, same thing. Got a risk of strong to severe storms from Texas to the middle Atlantic coast region. And again, that risk kind of clips the northwestern corner of the state, but it really looks like most of Alabama should be dry with an upper ridge. So this is Friday. Again, a chance of severe storms from Texas up to the Ohio River. And then on Saturday, and this outlook extends through Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, we have a risk of severe storms from eastern Texas up into Kentucky. And this time, Alabama is involved. And this is mainly for storms that will likely arrive late Saturday night into the pre-dawn hours Sunday. And we have that risk basically along and west of a line from near Scottsboro to Birmingham to Thomasville. Areas in yellow on that map. And it's way too early to be specific about if this will be a really meaningful threat of severe storms, the magnitude, the types of risks we'll have. We'll be able to define that much better later this week. But just be aware, the weekend could be stormy, especially Saturday night into Sunday morning. Here's a look at rain for the next 7 days, and goodness gracious, this is suggesting some spots could see 10 inches of rain over the next 7 days over parts of Arkansas, Kentucky, southeast Missouri, southern Illinois, Indiana. In Alabama, the amount's not nearly that bad. Amounts will likely be 1 to 2 inches, and the bulk of this will be Saturday night into Sunday. That'll be our next meaningful chance of rain here. So model fans, here we go. The GFS, the 12Z run, valid tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. And again, you can see kind of a complex trough lifting out in a couple of pieces in the western states, but a ridge is developing over Florida. And that ridge should keep us out of trouble in terms of severe storms. Tomorrow evening, we have a deep surface low that's over Minnesota. North and west of that, a whopper of a snowstorm. For northern Minnesota, parts of the Dakotas, icing possible for the UP of Michigan. And south of that surface low, a chance of severe storms. In fact, a good chance of severe storms. So again, this is the high-resolution HER model. This is valid tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. And you can see most all of Alabama rain-free. Could there be a little isolated shower somewhere? Yes, but the main storminess is over Arkansas, southeast Missouri, and extreme western Tennessee. And we'll mention isolated showers tomorrow night, but again, we're just not concerned about severe storms in Alabama. We are concerned for Arkansas and extreme western Tennessee, Little Rock, Memphis, back up toward Paducah and Evansville. That's where they have that moderate risk, level 4 out of 5 in place. So this is Thursday. Same thing. The ridge takes over, and that should keep the storminess north and west of Alabama. And, of course, the big story, it's the summer-like heat. We're expecting highs in the upper 80s in most spots, somebody maybe touching 90. And the exact same thing on Friday. The ridge in place. Storms north and west of Alabama. Here, dry and like summertime. Temperatures right at record levels with upper 80s. And again, we might see some spots hitting the big 90. So what about the weekend? This is Saturday. And again, we think the day Saturday will likely be dry. And again, very warm. Same thing, upper 80s. With rain and storms to the west. However, this time the ridge begins to break down, and that allows the batch of showers and thunderstorms to come in here late Saturday night into Sunday. And, of course, the question is, could we see severe storms with that? The one thing at the moment, the instability values look pretty puny for April. There's a little tongue of instability, but not much. And, again, with the better dynamic forcing a little north of here, hopefully we'll get away with just some loud thunder, much like we had yesterday morning. But, again, we will have a much better idea of any potential severe weather threat later this week. But clearly the better chance of rain over the weekend will be Saturday night into Sunday, especially Sunday morning. And Sunday, highs go back in the low 70s. And then Monday, a radical air mass change. Highs drop into the 60s for much of the state, and up in the Tennessee Valley, Huntsville, the Shoals, Scottsboro, you could be in the upper 50s throughout the afternoon. That's a huge change. You're going from near 90 Thursday and Friday and Saturday to highs in the upper 50s on Monday of next week. And a week from today, this is Tuesday, April 8th, troughing over the east, and we're going to start the day in the 30s over much of North Alabama. And early Tuesday morning, a good chance we're going to see a lot of frost. In some of the colder pockets, could see a light freeze. So growers beware. The day will be sunny with highs in the 60s. Let's keep going. This is out 10 days. This is Friday of next week, April 11. It's the same idea. Western ridge, eastern trough. And again, we will be dry with lows in the 40s and highs in the upper 60s and low 70s if this verifies. Here's a look at rain for Birmingham. This is coming off the European ensemble. The mean kind of hugging the 2-inch line. Between now and the 16th of April. Temperatures off the NBM National Blender models. This is for Birmingham. Your numbers could vary. But look at those upper 80s tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Inevitably, somebody's going to touch 90 for the first time this year. And then the high on Sunday drops to 74, and then 63 for the high Monday. Now, in the city, the NBM here is printing 41. I think a lot of places over North Alabama will be in the 30s with frost. Remember, in the city, we have the urban heat island effect. And again, as we get closer to this, I think the numbers will come down even for Birmingham. And then after that, we bounce back in the low 70s by Wednesday and Thursday of next week. And just in the new 8 to 14-day outlook, this is for April 9th through April 15th. And you get the idea there. Western ridge, eastern trough. Temperatures here below average, above average under the ridge out west. Hey, we got to roll some Children's of Alabama Kid Cam. Couple of stops today. Number 1, Vinemont Elementary, home of the Eagles. Coleman County, the pre-K, the little ones. Hey, they love to talk about weather. I mean, everybody does, but they really love to. They were great listeners today. Like those teachers there, those pre-K teachers, they're special. And look at this guy. I'm just saying, that's a good look right there. That's a really good look. But we talked about how storms are useful. We need them. We need the rain. There's no need to be afraid of them. Talked about hurricanes, winter storms, and much more. Great group today at Vinemont. Stop number 2, Springville Christian Academy, St. Clair County. Oh, yes, we had the whole school in the house. And I had a great session today doing a little bit of science, the science of meteorology. And, this cake, it's just amazing to me. Wow, that's just a piece of art right there. It's unbelievable. Wow. But we had a great session today. We did some, look at this guy. Yep, another good look right there. But we did some storm spotting. We talked about hurricanes, convection, how we forecast the weather, weather instruments, and a whole lot more. So again, to all of these students at Springville Christian Academy and those students up at Vinemont Elementary, thanks a lot for great visits earlier today. You guys are looking good. So tomorrow, I'm going to do a program at Children's of Alabama, Weather Wednesday, first Wednesday of the month for the patients and their families there. Thursday, Eclectic Elementary School. That'll be a lot of fun. And then after that, I'll be in Opelika at Southern Union for a safety program there. Friday morning, Bluff Park Elementary in Hoover, then Ascension Episcopal Day School. And no book signing on Saturday. We'll take this Saturday off. We'll probably be back at it on the 12th. And Monday morning of next week, I'll be down in Foley at Mathis Elementary. We've had to delay them like 2 times because of severe weather, but I think we're good to go for Monday. And of course, hey, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, right across the hall, Studio A, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.